Alright, daily pattern here. Let's see how this one goes. This one is called Marigolden, and clearly it's a flower-like thing that just seems to grow upon itself. Really cool. Not tried this one either. So we're just going to zoom in on the steps and try to follow those as best I can. Not sure if I'm in frame. You still see it? Yeah, you can see me and you can see it. Oh, good. Excellent. And I'm just going to start in the middle, and I'm going to kind of follow the general shape of that. So it's kind of a wobbly triangle. Oh, why is it doing that? Does your phone do oddball things all on its own? Mine does. And like that, something like that. And then it goes around like this and around like that. And then number 3 is sort of a petal-like shape. And then number 4, it seems like you could do that petal-like shape on this side and then just keep going around, building as you go, right? It appears that that's what you do. And you just keep going around. Round and around until you get that. Well, I will just keep trying and see what I get. It's just a wiggly, squiggly line that goes around this central core of wiggly, squiggly lines. Make them longer. Kind of overlapping. Oops, didn't touch there. Gotta make sure you touch the previous one. And it looks like you just keep going until you think your flower is as big as you want your flower to be. I think that's about a good size for this one. This must be one of those ones where it really comes to life when you do a little tiny bit of shading. So I'm going to do a couple more, I think. Well, I'll put one here and one there. Oh, I'm going to sneeze again. Oh, don't like that when that happens. You know, I think I want this bigger. I'll make it a little bit larger. Okay, that's better. Probably shouldn't have started right in the middle. Should have been offset a little so I could do 2 or 3 of them to make some sense. But okay, so the middle looks like it really kind of needs to have a sort of a triangular shape with another shape that are connected, and then you start building outward from there with your petals. And then connecting them. As long as your middle kind of is the right shape, looks like this flower just kind of grows on its own. And we'll just do wiggly wigglies, wiggly squigglies around in a sort of a circular thing. And I'm going to put one here, I think. Smaller. Start it smaller. Round and around we go. Just sort of random squiggles. They're not really planned. As long as they go out and come back to an overlap, so they're not like all lined up together. One more round, I think, just so that this one is big enough to go behind that other one, like that. Okay. And then it's a little lopsided and off-center. I don't want 4. I really don't want 5. So what I will do is add some muka to make some sort of leaf-like shapes. Something like that. And maybe some of this one, which is called fescue, I believe, where you just put a little line and a line and kind of a dot at the end. And they can go whatever direction. See, that's what it's called. But it does a really great job of filling spaces. Your eye needs to have some of these places filled in. Needs some more stuff to make it balanced. Something like that. Maybe one more of them in here. There we go. That's better. It needed to be some balance to that, but I didn't want to add more flowers. So we're going to sign this somewhere. And we're going to put, it's called Marigolden. Marigolden. Of course, as soon as I put the words on it on the front, then it automatically makes it go right side up one way, whereas my tangle is not drawn any one direction, but as soon as I put words on it, you immediately see it one direction, but that's alright. And then we're going to try the shading, and we want to make sure we're going just at the base of all of these petal-like things, where they would be the darkest. just in the shadows and creases. And it's going to be the blending that does the magic. That's going to be the magic part. I like the magic part. A teeny tiny bit all around. And where it gets dark, where it curves in toward, they all come together, then that would automatically make a darker spot a shadow. And then make sure if you've overlapped that you go around the outside of where it overlaps, because that's obviously going to be this flower is going to make a shadow onto this one. Same with this. This one, the edge of this, it gets a little complicated to figure out where the edges are. That's the edge of that one. Alright, so then I just want a little bit in the middle. Each of these. And I'll come back with my blending stump and give those a little to-do. That one needs right there. And then this one. Doesn't need much. You're going to mostly do, all your blending stump's going to do most of the work. Just needs a little bit. Okay. Now to come back with the stump. This is the magic. Here it comes. I'm going to start with the leaves. See how that works? Look at that. Look at how that's so much different than that one. I don't know if you can really see it, and I'm not sure if I bring it closer if that's going to help or if it's just going to get all blurry. Because this one doesn't have automatic focus. So that might just get all blurry. But it's that blending. The blending that is the magic. Look at that. Now it looks like a flower. Spectacular. People say they can't draw. This is not by any means a flower where you would say, wow, what a realistic flower. Is it? Not even close. However, going round and round in circles with a squiggly line, which is all that was, and you have yourself a flower. Because your eyes see the flower, because your eye's going to automatically try to figure out. It's interesting what your brain does when you see an abstract something, anything. It always looking for something in the real world to correlate it with. It says, what is that? It wants to know what things are. Your brain wants to know these things. It helps you create order out of your world. Gosh, it would be chaos if every time you looked at something, your brain didn't know what it was. So even when something is an abstract, your brain automatically says it's trying to make it a concrete thing. And something like this clearly was abstract, but as soon as you add the shadows to it, your brain says, oh, that looks like a flower. Just amazing. The way our brains are created is... I am just always in awe of the human anatomy and how we are made. The fact that I can hold a pen and make this art, such a blessing. But look at that. It astounds me sometimes when I'm drawing and something that I've created comes out like that. I really, really appreciate this art form and how it makes me grow as a person while I'm sitting here thinking about the wonders of the human brain. Wow. Okay, well, that was a simple one. It looks complex, but it actually was really quite simple. Give that one a try, folks. It's an easy one.